Alright guys, welcome back. I'm Dr. Sanachan, and I'm hoping I don't screw this up, so I don't really want to say this is your daily dose of fail. I'm in the Beginner's Guide, Chapter 15. This last part, I was seriously about to cry watching, so if you haven't been watching up to now, I suggest you go back. At least watch the last video, because that's where it really gets really intense. Uh, it's really powerful stuff. Like, I thought this was going to be goofy, because the first level was like floating boxes. There was a random green box up in the ceiling, and then you had a game that didn't, wasn't completely developed all the way, and you ended up floating in space. But Coda is like expressing his frustrations at trying to create something, like being forced to create it through the game. Like, you wanted a game, fine, here you go. But it's not a game. It's like, oh, like, it blew my mind in the last one. So you just need to go watch it. Even if you can't hear me that fantastically, or even the narrator, just to see the dialogue that's happening, it's, oh. So I'm going on. Man, I'm glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you'd like. It tends to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that if someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing is that you should know about the community that calls itself Coda. We are the machine? You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. How? It was because of your creations that any of us can make it through every day. What's happening? It's causing all these sounds. Is it the machine, like, responding? Should I be, like, at a different angle? Is the machine his creativity? His mind, his emotions? Or, it's basically, you have one way to say, one way or another to say what's going on. We do not need this game. Let us show that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy everything the machine has created. I'm picking from one particular line of conversation. Oh, still pressing the wrong button. We're back to the stage. Sorry, my legs are like not cooperating with me for sitting here for so long. I'm literally destroying the scene. I can't destroy the stage, I can only destroy that much. So I just keep shooting till it's all gone. I'm gonna destroy all of it. This must be how he felt about it.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, Here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh,
And so, as I'm thinking this,
turn everything up.
realize that
I guess you just shoot it till it
could be the one
changes.
to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
I have not let go of the button. Oh, but this was the nice room where it had all of his ideas. I guess it's felt... comes back to that painful... the fact this is how he felt, that just rather than finish and fix anything, his only option was to destroy it. I don't know, like, if I'm what I need to do. Oh, it's that big.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the island that you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and this one, the prison escape game. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinion. And the great part is that they really loved his game. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
I'll put it
Can
down.
you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
Yeah, I
This is the
can.
thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. Felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem.
I have a feeling this didn't end well.
They told me how much they enjoyed his games. It was the best feeling. It's the absolute best feeling.
It made you feel happy, but how did it make him feel?
So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
I don't like the phrasing on that. I don't like the phrasing on that at all. Mm-mm. And I'm hoping it doesn't lead to what I think it leads to, because I don't know if I can handle that.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Sounds in here. It's for me, it's very gut wrenching.
Naturally, has a maze. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just clean the house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached it during this, then maybe I could have asked it, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
So is there no point in solving it? There's gotta be a point to this, like... The last few games have all been about, like, how he's felt about something. About how he's felt about making games. So maybe this is just his final, I'm done kind of thing. You know, I'm done, leave me alone. If I'm making the games, you know, I don't really want you to try to play them. But maybe this was in response to him sharing the games, because it doesn't I don't know if he actually, you know, asked Coda if he wanted them to be shared before he started, and I don't think he meant it out of maliciousness. I think he was really trying to help Coda.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Oh.
I feel like failure, I guess, but I can't fix the problem.
Maybe that's what Coda was trying to point out.
This door for you, so let me do that.
Because he'd been trying to reach him, trying to help him. And it was him maybe telling him to back off. If this was an impossible puzzle, and
I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this
my
person
dad
is.
turned around. I think I turned around.
It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many
Yeah,
conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point,
Come
and
on, turn around.
suddenly none of them.
Want him just to leave him alone, maybe? Because I know there are some people, when they reach that state of things, they just want
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was
to
trying
be left
to get
alone.
to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what his dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Maybe his games are like his mind, maybe? About why he can't access the parts of his mind
I just felt so strongly that if I
that
connected with him,
created the games that people were wanting him to make, because, you know, he was like, you know, games are fulfilling to me.
that I needed
That's what he was telling himself, like forcing himself to believe.
to be someone other than me.
And he really just doesn't have access to it. Like, he doesn't know how.
Felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
And the guy, the poor narrator, seems to be blaming himself for not being able to get to him. Sorry, I am about to actually cry.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? Because of what I did.
Let's see what it's at. That's what I thought. Baby thought he was helping, and it's not what his friend wanted. It's so hard sometimes when
I
you
don't
think that
think
you're
I ever
helping
told you this,
somebody.
but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Sorry. I wonder at times whether you think I'm making these games for you. What did I step on? You've so affected
And
my personal
the
space.
people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so affected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to find solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games. If there's an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wish? I knew that had to be what it was. Because I don't think I'm on the same mental level as Coda is feeling like I can't, like that I feel like I'm being pressured by my work. I do creative writing on the side, but if someone were to take my things and show it to people without asking me, I would be very upset with that person. Especially if I'm not comfortable with it, if I feel like it's not done, it doesn't have a solution to it. And for them to take credit, for them to feel better about themselves because of the work. Oh. Giving him something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all.
Would you simply be
less than
would you simply let them be what they are? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks, and that you will make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
When you finally see what I am talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please. I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, Is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
I almost feel like I shouldn't post it because of how Coda felt about his work being shared. But I also kind of want to post it because I feel like a statement needs to be made to the guy who decided to post it. To post the game on Steam because
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more.
this.
It's like a disease.
The fact that you're trying to make somebody else force themselves to make something so that you feel better about yourself. They're putting in all the effort, you're taking in all the praise. You're the one getting the self-esteem boost. How is that fair? How can you be okay with demanding that from them? Because it's not okay to sit there and tell somebody else that you need to make more games so I feel better about myself. That's a not nice choice words for that.
Solution.
I'm hoping there's some sort of ending to this that makes me not so angry at the moment. Because I could feel the frustration in the earlier games. Regardless of whether he says that he was frustrated or not, the answer choices and the things that he set up made it feel that frustration.
So many people that he was depressed.
Maybe that's what he wanted us to feel.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Maybe it's just the effect he was trying to create on the person playing the game.
The disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are.
What? Oh. Coda is most definitely not the bad person you're. The fact you are leeching off of him is the problem. Oh, what gall. What are you doing? Just posting all of his games?
That my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation. What would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be.
I'm so glad that's closed. Sorry, not a red one. I'm sitting on white carpet. Are we on your journey now to make you feel like a better person? You sit there and try to call somebody else crap because
I think I need to go.
they won't publish a game for you to feel better about
I'm
yourself.
sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up. So I'm just gonna. Okay.
Huh. I'm interested to see where this gets to. I'm gonna stop for a minute. I don't know how long I've been recording. Like I said, I'm hoping there's something later on in this that's gonna make me not want to punch the developer in the face. So, that's all for right now. I'm Dr. Simon Chen. Remember to get a prescription on the way out the door.